Good morning, guys. Welcome to the Fit Table Podcast. I'm here, your host, Brian Johnson, co-host, Miss Culeasha, Miss Kristina, Miss Vanessa. We are back in the building. Ladies,
New year.
2025 is gone. 2025 is gone. 2026 is here. We briefly hit on the last one we did, took a bit of a break. The last one we did regarding what you were leaving back in 2025, what you were bringing forward into 2026. We talked about goals for 2026. Ladies, go ahead and hit me up. Has any of that stuff changed? Have you added more goals to your 2026 piece? Either one of you guys can jump in.
So I piggybacked off of Culeasha's awesome bingo card. Instead of making a resolution, although I did stick with my resolution last year, and I have been sober for 369 days, and I feel amazing. And I did it just as a personal goal, because I didn't like the way it made me feel with the medication that I'm on for my estrogen blocker. But really, like, this is the first time I can actually say in my 43 years that I can remember that I actually stuck with my resolution and stood firm on it, and I'm really happy that I followed through. So my husband, on the other hand, does not stick through his resolutions. So we did the bingo board this year. We both did it. I printed us both one, and they're all, like Culeasha suggested, a few bigger goals, but mostly just little bite-sized things. Some are personal goals, some are health goals, some are professional goals, and I hung them up
Now,
on the
explain that bingo
refrigerator.
piece. What are you talking about?
So it's an actual bingo card. And the center is already checked off, like they give you a freebie, and then you put in your goals, bite size or big, whatever you want. And as you succeed, you just check it off. And if you get bingo, what do we do, Kalish? We just celebrate ourselves and maybe treat ourselves to
Yes.
something.
I saw something recently where people monetize the points, and so if you get bingo, then that's the amount of money that you reward yourself with.
Interesting. I like that.
But
Nice.
I mean,
Ooh, I
even
like
with
that.
nothing, like if you just do the card and you just mark off the ones, that's still reward. That's a reward enough for me, because some of mine were really big
Yeah.
things that
Amen.
like just need to happen. So it's just the excitement
Mhm.
of I was able to mark that off.
Yeah.
Yes.
Outstanding.
Yeah. And like I said, some are health goals. Some are just small projects. Like I put on there, I want to read 50 books this year. Um, and some are, I need to organize my spice cabinet because it looks like, a toddler went up
What's
in
deep
there
into the spice
and
cabinet?
whatnot. And I've just been avoiding it. So
And
it's
you keep
just
picking
things
stuff
like
up. It's like,
that.
nope, that's not what I'm looking
And
for.
putting it back.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Wow.
it really just it depends on what you want to do, and I just like it that some are really small and some are really like life changing.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
And I didn't
Yep.
really do the bingo card, but this year was probably the first year I've actually ever wrote out what my goals were, so I can, one, it holds me accountable, and then two, like you ladies said, just kind of marking it off to say, okay, I achieved those goals that I have for myself. Like from a health standpoint, like just continue on the journey that I'm going on because I've already been on that road. We've all been on that road. So staying on that, but I like to incorporate more things that I enjoy doing versus just teaching all the time. But most of mine are definitely more personal related than they are anything else.
Got you.
Girl want to buy a house this year, so that is the goal. I'm out of this thing by summer.
Awesome. Awesome.
I already
Awesome.
picked
Great.
my
That
house
is
out. I
beautiful.
done said, look,
Yeah.
I already picked my house out. I said, if it's
Wow.
still there in April, it's meant to be. I'm
It's
gonna pray
yours.
on it.
That's right. You
If it's
gotta
still there,
manifest it.
it's mine.
You have to manifest it. Pray on it,
I
That's
manifest
totally
right.
it,
believe in that.
write
You
it
have to
down,
manifest it.
write the address
It's
down somewhere,
entirely too
or
big for me, but I love it. I absolutely, as soon as I seen it, I was like, that is my house. Because it's a 2-story house, but I love the concept that at the bottom has a guest suite. So when these little knees don't work no more, going up and down them stairs, I'm moving downstairs versus upstairs. So
There is
Yeah.
no
Plus
goal
all these
that's you just
grandbabies.
mentioned too big. Nothing is too big. Like
exactly.
no,
you are
no, mm-mm.
deserving of what you want and what you have, man.
I mean, I work
I've
hard.
written
I
down
can
stuff
do it
all the time.
now, but I'm the
Yes,
type of person that I like to the first 3 months, I like to lock in. I like
Mhm.
to just stack money up, save where I can save. I hit a reality button yesterday because I like to buy these every day. I spend $280 a month on
Yeah.
coffee.
isn't it crazy when you see that number?
Yeah.
But do you think I'm
They
gonna stop?
sent
No.
they sent
No.
the daycare tax form out for the daycare, and I saw that number. I'm saying to myself, what in the hell? Like they have more holidays than schools have. You know what I'm saying? And this
Yeah. And you still
and
have to pay.
you're paying that weekly regardless. And this I'm like,
Yeah.
what in the hell, man? Like once you see that number though, man, it is like crazy once that number
Yeah.
is
It's
put in
eye
your face.
opening.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who
I
I
do
need
like
to
that
drop me
though.
two
I
hundred eighty
write down
dollars since I
everything.
make
I put
coffee up.
pictures up. Yes, yes. You can do it yourself. In the same way. Vanessa just mentioned that she got her husband a espresso machine. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Mhm. The
it was probably
Nespresso.
initially espresso. It was probably a machine.
Yeah, it's a
You got a machine,
Nespresso
right?
machine. And it was on sale.
It's an
Yes.
espresso.
Yeah.
So the initial cost was probably
Mhm.
yes, a bit hefty, but in the long run, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I'll
You
be
can do it
honest,
right.
like if I was my daughter bought her husband an espresso machine too. Target on sale. That's what she got.
Yes, Target on sale.
And and so for Christmas we made coffee. I was like, man, I'd get one of these. I probably would drink coffee more at home because I just put the
Yes.
little pot in and just go about my business. Because if I think about, I go to Salvation. I live in Graham. Salvation's Burlington. So I'm actually spending more than $280 because that's
Mhm. And
gas.
gas.
And time.
So
Yeah. And time is so
time is currency.
money. It's currency. So as far as I'm not saying goals, but intentions. Like a lot of the stuff that I had on my bingo card from last year is coming over to this year just
Yep.
because I didn't get to it, and I'm okay with that. But one thing that I changed and started doing on the first, even though I didn't start working until Monday, this Monday, was get up and get dressed. Like I'm going somewhere. When I used to work in the cancer
I
center,
told you.
one of the it was just like a marketing scheme or whatever, and it was like look good, feel better. And so my thing
Mhm.
is that every morning I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna do my hair, my makeup, which my makeup is very minimal,
Mm-hmm.
eyeliner, mascara, lip rouge, aka my chapstick. But
Wow.
get up,
Yep.
Lip
get
rouge.
up
Okay.
and like
Fancy way of saying chapstick.
basically get camera ready. I don't have to get on the camera a lot at work because a lot of the work that I do is behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
But my goal is to be camera ready Monday through Friday. Now that means that I am business up top. It's a party down bottom, but don't nobody need to know that. But
Right.
I have felt better this week because I'm getting up, get dressed. I don't know. It just clicks something in your mind, and
It
you're like,
does. It
it
does
starts
change
your
your
day or
whole.
whatever. I've just felt a lot better this week. I haven't felt like I'm dragging to go get on the computer and start my day.
It's like taking a
Where,
shower. It's like taking a
yeah,
shower in the morning, man. You take
yeah,
that shower, you like you're beat down. You take a shower, you like revived. Just like what in the
Yep.
world? That
yeah,
what you just mentioned is totally true. Once you prepare yourself, you get ready, you feel that same
yes.
energy, you feel that same way. Yep.
Yep.
Just getting ready for the day. Another one of the big things, and me and my husband talked about this, and we talked about the fact that my oldest son is here with me, but he's bored, and that's not fair to him. So we got to figure out something for him. The other day I came in and hanging clothes up in his closet, y'all. That baby is bored. Like, what adult male wants to do laundry? He's
Send
bored.
him over here. He can hit up the girls' rooms and all those
Right.
clothes on the floor.
It's social
How could he want
skill.
to help me put some Legos together?
Which, yeah, he'll do that, but he's gonna bring his gun. So,
That's
just be
fine.
prepared to
Wow.
get.
Got protection.
Wow.
Um, and when we're talking about spending, so like just trying not to buy things that are not necessary. Like I have a bunch of lotion. I know it might just seem like small in the big scheme of things, but like, why do I have 6 different types of lotion? Like finish one and move on to the, you know what I mean? Like we're over consuming unnecessary stuff. Like Kristina
Yes.
said, that money, somebody in the background saying like shoes. Now, shoes are a whole nother thing to me because that they have longevity. Like shoes
Right,
last
exactly.
forever.
Wow.
And it
Anyway,
helps you feel
so
good because it matches your outfit.
and yes, they have to match. My shoes have to match my
Yes.
tank, or I just don't feel like I got a good workout in. I'm getting an eye roll from over here, but it's okay. I love you. But yeah, so just like overconsumption, and I think we were in the group chat talking about like what was it, the vibration board, Vanessa, you were talking
Yes.
about.
Yeah.
And granted, a lot of this stuff that people are buying, if you get down in the weeds and you do some research, some of it is evidence based, but some of it is not. And I think the biggest thing is like if you get on TikTok and just scroll, there'll be advertisements for anything that you can think of. And I think what people aren't realizing is that in between that cute, funny video is an advertisement. And if you're not careful, you click the link, you buy it. Like you're buying stuff all day long. And we're just
Yeah.
consuming unnecessary stuff and
Yes.
also junk. Like
Yep.
junk. Literally, you buy it, you get it home, you might use it once and then it breaks, and then you've wasted $30 on something. When
Or
if
it
you
sits in
would
the
have
corner
spent
collecting dust.
$60 on it, and my husband will say this too, because his dad's theme was you get what you pay for. So if you spend a little bit more money on something,
Yep.
it has longevity as opposed to these little trinkets and this junk that we're buying. And then you have to replace it in a week or so.
Yep.
So another one of my intentions is just being intentional about what I spend my money on. I will
If
stop.
you see
fill
the
my
Amazon
tank.
truck coming to your house and you don't know what that package is, that's a
That's a
problem.
problem.
That is a
Yeah.
problem. We like, what
That's
is it
the
coming for?
problem. Like, what
That's
did
the
I
problem.
order?
Yes.
And when did I order it?
Like,
'Cause
when did you
yeah,
order it? And how much was it? Like that is a problem. That's a
Mhm.
problem.
yeah,
Something
yeah,
I don't do at all, and I know I should. It's like you said, the small things, and I know this stuff. I've been doing this for many freaking years, and I know this stuff. And a lot of times when you are comfortable in doing something, you are the one that tends to not always do what you put out, if that makes sense. So
yeah.
when I go to the grocery store, prior to going to the grocery store, rather than eating, I'm hungry sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So I go to the grocery
So
store,
hungry.
go
And you
'Cause
throw
everything
feed
everything
looks
in
yourself
good.
cart.
yes, feed yourself
Everything.
first. 'Cause it's man, and that's a small thing, but it's a big thing actually because I'm
It
bringing
is.
stuff into the house that I should not be bringing into the house and when I get it here, I don't even want it. You know what I'm saying?
You don't want it. Like, why
So
did I buy
it's
these
wasted.
Oreo crusted gummy bears? Like, it's just
Exactly.
unnecessary.
Like, what was I thinking?
What was I
What was I
thinking?
thinking? Yes. That's crazy. But that's a small thing I need to focus on.
Yeah.
So I try not to go to the store at all. And I know this stuff. Like I know this stuff totally. Like don't go to the store hungry
Also
because you're gonna pick up
also make a
everything.
list. I make a
Yes.
list
Yeah.
because
And that's
sometimes
something
like
else I don't do.
Yeah, stick to the
I'll
list.
overbuy meat because I got a freezer full of meat. I'm like, I didn't need to buy another pack of chicken. I got 3 of them sitting in the freezer right now.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
Yep.
just making a list
Mhm.
of, okay, these are the things that I need. I ate 3 bags of spinach, so I'm going to replace 3 bags of spinach.
Mhm.
But, make sure I'm
Yeah.
rotating things too so that 2 bags that are left don't sit back there and wilt. So, yeah,
Yeah,
I
spinach is
definitely.
expensive.
Something my
Yeah.
father told me when I was coming up. His big thing was, and this is also kind of small, and I'm sure that many of you guys have one. the freezer. He never liked to get the freezer that was the bottom freezer because
The
food
deep
Yeah,
got
freezer.
Yeah, the deep
you
food
freeze.
got
pack
left
it.
down there. He wanted the
Mhm.
Yep.
freezer that was standing up and down
The
so that he could see
upright.
everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Just small things, but extremely cost saving, food wise.
Yeah.
Extremely
Mhm.
cost saving. Because like you said, you're
I,
going and buy more chicken when you already had 5, you know what I'm saying, already up in the refrigerator already.
Yep. And then
Yep.
make
yeah. I
sure
think
I'm
another thing that
aware,
people have to
aware
think
enough.
about.
Oops,
Go ahead,
sorry.
Christina.
But make sure I'm aware enough to know, okay, those 5 packs, this new one I just bought, I need to put this in the back. Because these,
Mhm.
I got to cook
Yeah.
this first before they expire.
Yep.
Because, I mean, I've
One thing
thrown
George and
good
I
food away.
do, yeah, one thing, because food is so expensive, one thing George and I do is once a month, we will look and take out whatever's in the fridge or the pantry and say, all right, we need to use this up. Let's make our meal plans based on we have chicken, we have pork tenderloin, we have, beans, we have whatever. Like we'll go through the pantry and use up what we have left over. So there may be a week that we only need to spend $80 food shopping on, fresh produce or whatever versus the
300.
$250 we usually
Yeah.
spend when
Yes.
we food
Exactly.
shop. And
One thing
you're
that
not
I
wasting
did
food.
the last week, um, I did maybe the week of New Year's or whatever, is instead of going to the grocery store like you said, I looked in the freezer at what stuff we had frozen throughout. So we had some chili in the freezer. We had I had maybe some soup or just random things that we could make meals out of, not spend any money, open up some freezer space.
Yep.
And so and we try to do this, like we make meals, and I said a lot of times we have like items so you can make bowls, but even if we do make meals, like try to make enough chili where you have some you can freeze so then the next time you don't have to make it. Things like that,
Yep.
just convenience things so that it cuts out some time and some money somewhere else. Um I was gonna say something about what Christina said about so like thinking about, okay, if I'm going to the grocery store or whatever it is, like do what makes sense for you. Like some
Yep.
people like to go to Harris Teeter. Some people like Publix. Don't do what you think everybody else is doing. Do what makes sense for you. So, like for me, Food Line and Walmart work for us. A lot of people I know love Aldi's. Aldi's isn't convenient for me just where I live. It's
Yeah.
I
20
found
minutes
Right.
to it's 20 minutes to Chapel Hill or it's 20-30 minutes to Burlington. It's
Yep.
not convenient for us. So you have to do what makes sense. And then also going back to
Mhm.
what Christina said, does it make sense for me to spend the gas to get to these other places when if I get there, half of the stuff I need is not there anyway?
Right.
So I'm gonna
and
end up
and
going
and is it even really cheaper? Like, cause we tend to go off of, like you just mentioned, what everybody else. I only go to Walmart to get meat, and I go from Walmart to get meat to Aldi's to get my vegetables. Is it really cheaper to go? You
exactly.
know what I'm saying? Is it really cheaper to go that way?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, so I think sometimes you just have to sit and think like
Yeah.
what is the best, where can I get the best deal and what makes sense for me and
Yep.
is time and thinking about time management too. Like I
Yep.
don't need to spend all day in 13 stores on
Yep.
a Saturday or Sunday trying to get my stuff for meal prep. Like
trying to
that,
save
it just
$10.
doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
And I
and you
think
probably
that's
waste
how
that on
some
gas
people
driving
just
around.
Exactly.
yeah, and so that's how people give up because they're like meal prep, and you hear it all the time. Meal prep is exhausting.
It
Well, if
is.
you figure out, it is, but if you figure
But
out
it
how
doesn't
to
have
not
to
make
be.
it,
It does not have to be.
it
Initially, it
doesn't
most
have to
certainly
be.
is because you're putting too much thought into something that is extremely simple once you get it down. Once you get it down, it's
Once you
like,
get
oh
it
wow.
down,
I used to sit up all night thinking about this all night, and this is just as simple as it is.
it
Once you get
is.
it simple down, it is
Yeah.
too freaking easy,
Well,
man.
and they've made things so much more convenient because, like, now it's like, well, and we talked about this in past podcast. Sunday and Wednesday, I cook majority of my meats, unless I'm cooking actual meals. But I got I got steam bags of broccoli and spinach
Hmm.
and cauliflower, like the vegetables that I like to eat. Rice, I might cook a whole batch of it, or hey, you can get
Yeah.
sweet potatoes now and you can steam them in bags, and I can eat off
Yep.
of that for 3 or 4
Yep.
meals. So, like, I
Yeah.
try to make things convenient for me because I already know I I'm busy. I'm a busy person. I don't like to eat my heaviest meal at the end of the night. I just want to eat with something that is light. I pop in the microwave for 2 minutes while I go take my shower, come out,
Yeah.
eat it, get ready for bed. 'Cause I got to get up at before the chickens
3
this.
o'clock in the morning.
Before the chickens.
I was up at 3 o'clock this morning.
But going back to
Not
what you
on
just said,
purpose, but
Christina, so I have a rice cooker. We have a rice cooker, so I'll
yeah,
cook a big batch of rice in that. But this
yeah,
week I made my broccoli. I steamed my broccoli in it. I steamed sweet potatoes in it. So like just like I said, figuring out those things that make sense, that are convenient, that make things
that
a little
quick and
bit
easy
easier, that
wins.
quick, easy. So I've got sweet potatoes for the week. We've got rice for the week. We've got broccoli for the week.
Yep,
All fresh stuff that I just threw in the rice cooker, steamed and rolled on.
yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be complicated at all. By no means at all.
No.
No.
Any
I mean,
changes for
I've
this
been
year?
wanting chili, and I found a way. I was like, I'm gonna make everything fresh. I even bought dried beans and soaked them, so I wouldn't have to eat beans from a can. I mean, it
Yeah.
takes a little bit more time, but it's a lot healthier. It's less sodium, and it actually tastes really good. I was
It
pretty
actually
sure
tastes good.
try
Yes.
mine.
Yes, it does taste good. And it's a filler too. It's a huge
Yeah.
filler. Yes.
So
Any changes this year? Any changes this year? You added in regard, or anything that you're leaving behind this year? Anything that you're leaving behind? You pretty much mentioned all of your intentions, your goals. Anything that you're leaving behind? Christina over there shaking her head like this is about to be about 30
no,
minutes right here.
everybody had a word for the new year, and I didn't quite have one.
Got
My
it.
word is unbothered.
Got it.
That is
Listen.
my word because I tend to overthink things sometimes because I know how I treat people, I know how I answer people, and sometimes trying to understand why people are the way they are, you will rack your brain about it, maybe even cause yourself to go down this rabbit
Rabbit
hole
hole,
and just be
yes,
stressed
of
out for no
stress.
reason. It is what it is. You got to be unbothered about it and keep it moving.
Mhm.
Easier said than done, but that is
Yeah.
definitely my word for this year is unbothered. You got to accept people for who they really are, things for what they are, and keep it moving. Period.
One
So,
one thing I tell the girls, when somebody is ugly to you or has like a little bit of a bite to them when they're speaking with you, you really have to take into consideration this has more to do with them than
and
it
not
does
you.
you.
Yep.
And it has taken me a very long time to
Yeah.
understand that. Not everyone's gonna like you. You're not everyone's cup of tea, like all the things.
Right.
But you can still be kind to everybody because kindness takes 0 effort. It
Yep.
actually takes more energy to be mean and ugly, but we're not gonna get into that today. But, like
Yeah, we got to get up.
that's
We gotta get up.
literally that that's how I look at things now, but it has taken me a very long time because I used to be just like that, Kristen. I used to be like, "Why is that person being mean to me? What did I do to them? Did I hurt them? Did I"
Yeah.
and I just start going through all the things down the rabbit hole. But for my mental health, I'm like, maybe they have something going on and it has nothing to do with me.
Right.
So I really try to be
So,
kind.
question with Devin. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off, but you mentioned is takes no effort to be kind. So when you are experienced, you and Christina, because you both mentioned it. So when you are experienced with that situation, do you make it your business to be extremely kind to that individual that you see is having an issue with you, or it's just
I'm
it
not
is what it is.
I'm just gonna be kind, period. Like I'm not gonna
Period.
overdo
Yeah.
it.
Got it.
Depending
That's what I was just.
on Yeah, depending on what my level of, I don't want to say friendship, but my level of relationship is with that person. If it's a closer
You're
person, I
not
may be
going out of
like,
your
"Hey,
way
is
to do
everything
anything differently.
okay?"
Nope. Maybe
No,
10 years
because
ago, maybe 10
Not
years
at
it
all.
ago,
depending
Get
on
it.
the level of friendship that I have.
yeah.
Yeah.
10 years ago, I would have made the
What'd you say,
situation
Christina?
worse.
Yes.
10 years ago, if I knew you didn't like me, I'm gonna make it worse. You always been taught kill them with kindness, which is a true statement because at that point when you're kind or you don't address situations, they either think one or two things. Oh, I got into that person, or she really is unbothered by this stuff. So I kind of been practicing that anyway, but I'm just more so this year. It's like you have to realize, like to Vanessa's point, the way people treat you, the way things happen, really don't have. They somewhat have things to do with you, but for the most part, they really don't, especially on how people treat you. So, you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. But if I'm treating you with respect, you're going to treat me with respect as well. That I will address because that even to this day, because hey, if I'm treating you in a certain manner, I do expect that in return. Period. And I'm not.
Yeah.
It's
I've
fine.
learned individuals. I've
We may
learned
know
individuals
that
that
we
actually
don't
hurt.
like each other, but I'm still going to treat you cordial.
Yeah.
I've learned individuals that actually
Yeah.
hurting on the inside. They're trying to
They
leash
are
out
like,
what's happening with them. It doesn't have
Well,
anything to do
you-
with you. They are hurt,
let's be real.
fully
Truth
hurt.
be told, everybody's hurting inside. Everybody. There's
Yes,
yeah,
no
it's
there's
just how it's
substance to
expressed.
something.
that, but there's different levels to that. But there's also, again, we're in control of how we react to certain situations. That's what I'm in control of. So if I react in a certain way, I know I can make a situation. I already know hands down I can make a situation worse.
Yes.
But I choose not to do that just because for me, what I've learned 10 plus years ago is that high road, that might be a lonely road, but I'm going to take it every single time because in the end, I'm going to be blessed because
Yeah.
I'm going to
Yep.
forgive. I'm going to go I'm
Mhm.
just going to go on my merry way because when you do that, you give so much power to other people. You're not having
Yep.
power over me. You're not having power over how I react to things. That's all. That's me.
True.
Yep.
That's all
Period.
it is.
People that
It's you're
hold the anger, yeah, people that
go
hold the
ahead, go ahead, go
anger
ahead.
and hold those grudges, like you're not hurting the other individual. That's like, you
Yeah.
know, you're like you're drinking the poison yourself.
And
You
expecting
have to
that
deal with
person to
it.
die, and they're not.
Yes.
And they're not
Steve
because
Harvey.
you are literally drinking the poison.
Yeah.
Steve Harvey, he said you are sipping poison expecting me to die. Like
Yep.
you're sitting back
Yeah.
drinking that, expecting me to get on that to get in that clown tent with you and act like clowns together. I'm not getting in the clown tent with you. You know what I'm saying? It's not
Right.
necessary for me to get in there with you. It's crazy. Crazy.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we have
You
to
have got
just
to learn
look
to
at it.
forgive.
Yeah, and not even that. You also have to like learn to pay attention to people's patterns. So is somebody just having a bad
Mhm.
day, or are they just naturally not a nice person? And
Yeah.
Yes.
like I say all the time, we teach people how to treat us. So if you're just naturally not a nice person, then I'm still going to be cordial. And I'm still going to speak to you, but baby, you ain't on my friends list. Like,
Nope.
no, like, hey, and that's about as good as it's gonna get. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna go above and beyond.
Yep.
But like again, if it's somebody and they're just having a bad day, then are you okay? Like, do you need
Right.
something? Is there something you
Yep.
need? Because I will. There have been times when people have done something. I'm like, baby, are you okay? Like, why did we do that? Did you need
And
Yeah.
that's the lane I tend to look at too, Culeasha. See, I automatically, and this was what I was talking about in December when we had that last podcast. I
Yeah.
automatically try to justify something that I stopped doing now. Try to justify, okay, so she or he is having that issue because
Of something I did.
something that, you know what I'm saying? Because I know their attitude isn't like that. You know what I'm saying? So I
Mhm.
got it. Okay, it is what it is. Bad day this morning. Got it. But you do know when it is the character of the individual. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And my biggest thing is, man, once I see that character, once that character of yours, your actual character is exposed,
Shows up.
that's when I back the fuck off. You know what I'm saying? That's how I work, man. I've always worked that way. I believe in the oil painting. You know what I'm saying? That oil eventually is gonna run off that freaking board, and I'm gonna see exactly who you are, plain and simple.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And once that scene
Yeah,
is,
true color.
yes, true colors, total.
The
I
true
get that.
colors will always they
Always come
can't
through.
keep it up
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
No,
You know,
no.
you can't hold up a facade for so long. And not everybody's your friend. That's why you need to
True,
categorize them as your
true.
friend, your
Yep.
colleague, your associate,
Yes.
your
Yes.
acquaintance. Like, not everybody's your friend.
True.
You know,
True.
like
True.
you need to, and I don't want to say categorize people, but you need
I do.
to, when you're talking,
Yeah.
when
I
you're
do.
talking about
When I
somebody,
pray,
don't be like, oh, my
family,
friend, so and
friends,
so, blah, blah,
co-workers,
blah.
strangers. Your category.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I even break it down. I break it out even
Exactly.
further than that. I use the bar, like in a bar. So you have your high end liquor, and then you got that
The bottom shelf.
$12 vodka in the bottom.
Literally, Brian, the stuff on the bottom shelf that's gonna give you a headache. Period. Point blank.
It
That
give you a
part.
headache, and I
There you
keep that
go.
right down there. And
Like, no.
it's just like that, man. It's just like that. That's that headache down there. You stay right down there. We're still cool, but you right down there with that dude, that $12
Yeah.
gin, or
Yeah,
vodka.
stay down there.
I've always done that, man. I've always labeled or put the individuals in categories like that based off of how deeply I speak with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody doesn't know everything about me for a reason. I only
Yeah.
have a few reserved
Exactly.
individuals on that bar. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
know many things about me, and that's done by design. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you can be slid down a
Mhm.
shelf, and
You can
we're
go
still
down.
cool,
Your
but
price
you
can
just be on a
change,
different shelf.
but it's
It is what it
dependent
is.
on you.
Yes, it is what it is.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's what's up.
Yeah. What was I getting? I lost it. Perry has got me in chokehold today.
Perry got me too. I'm joking.
Perry, shut up,
They had me all week waking up
It-
with
well,
night sweats. I'm
What
like,
did we
oh, what's
talk
wrong
about
with
in
me
the
this week?
beginning? When you hang around people, when you hang around multiple women, you
We're
are
gonna
cycle
sync up.
sync now, right?
No ma'am. No ma'am.
Your
No ma'am.
cycle's going to sink.
No ma'am.
Your cycle sync.
No ma'am. No ma'am. I will cut this
I know
motherfucker
what I
off.
was gonna say. One thing that I have decided that I'm going to do, and this is more work. I got on the family side. I got some work with myself, but holding people accountable. Like,
Yeah.
I need people to read. I need for you to, like, in my job, I give you the tools that you need to be successful. And 99% of the time people aren't reading the instructions. And so then I get tickets, we've got issues about things, and I'm holding people accountable. If I say, no, I'm not going to do something, no, I'm not going to do something, and I'm going to redirect you to your team to help you figure it out. Because I think I stress so much all day about making sure that people have what they need, and then you don't even read the tools that I get you.
We had this
But again,
conversation
like,
a couple of podcasts ago. We had this
come
same.
on,
Yeah.
holding
You're
people accountable. We're all adults.
yes.
You know how to read. You know how, I would hope you know how to comprehend. Critical thinking is like a lost cause at this point. We all know that. But, like, you're an adult. You're responsible for yourself. I'm sorry. You've got to figure it out. And I can't hold your hand for 30 days to help you do something
Yeah.
simple.
You pretty much
Yeah.
made your importance my importance, and I'm up all
Yeah,
night
and
thinking about your importance when you
making
should
sure
be,
that
but you're
you
not.
were able to do what you needed to do. And at the end of the day, like, my job at the end of the day, because I'm in the background, but ultimately the patients are affected if things don't go right. So I feel like I have to make sure that, they have what they need. But then again, you're responsible for you. I'm not responsible for you and how you comprehend and how you think. But again, I said in the beginning, like, family, it's a little bit harder. But I do need to just, yeah. Being dependable is hard because at some point I think dependable turns into bendable.
Yes.
And I think with some of my family, I'm bending, and it's like, it's becoming very stressful on top of the fact that I am a part of a family, like my internal family of 5. That's a lot to begin with. And then you think about, um, like nobody thinks that if I'm asking you for something, it's just me. It's not. You got to think about all the other people that have asked me for something too. So like you're in a list, but I don't think people think about that. They
They
want
don't.
me, now. I need, and whatever else you got going on
Yep.
doesn't make any sense. So yeah, just being, I know we talked about it, but just being instantly available for whatever the issue is. And I said, when people start, like, if I'm face to face with somebody and they say something to me and I think, you know what? No, I'm just going to stare at them. I'm just going to stop talking. I'm just going to stare.
I will
Whatever.
know now from now on. Okay, she's staring at me. This chick is staring me in my face. I just asked her a question and she is just staring.
Like, is she okay? Did her camera get like, what's going on?
I've said it at work a lot, man. The same way which you just mentioned, man. And even with you guys, even with like Kristina, with the boot camps and the training and everything else, man, that I ask her in regards of doing. But when in the military, they always told us not to kill your horses. Don't wear your horses out. Your horses that make things happen. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it's quick and easy. Yes, Son Johnson, I got it. You know what I'm saying? Eventually they're gonna die down.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So you
Yeah. Yep.
you can't wear your working horses out and allow the other ones that you know are not going to do it correctly. You know what I'm saying? Just pass that off altogether. So you don't ask them
Yeah.
because you know, yes, they'll say yes, but they're not going to do it correctly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're not.
When I go to my go-to, I know she's going to say yes or he's going to say yes. They're going to do it correctly. So, yes, totally. Spread the wealth out, man. Don't kill your horses. Don't wear them out. But yes, totally get that.
And
Yep.
also, if there's a level of expectation, then let that be known. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like,
Yes.
not
Right.
to throw anybody under the bus, but like if Kristina is meeting the expectation and others aren't, then there's clearly there needs to be some education on what the
True.
expectation is,
Clearly. Yes.
right?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Communication.
Agree.
Clear
True.
Yeah.
communication.
Yes. Makes
Communication.
sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Communication
Totally.
and
Yeah.
boundaries, so you can.
But that circles back
Yes,
to when
there's
you're
that.
communicating with people, are they really hearing me? Like, are
And
they
comprehending.
understanding?
No.
So, and
No.
comprehending,
Kalisha,
right?
like you
So
mentioned,
really
Kalisha,
just
with
an evil.
Kalisha, what you mentioned with you said with your family is a different story. So with your family, how different is that dynamic which you made mention in regard to trying to change for this year? Like,
I feel like that I have been so dependable.
are you basically giving more
Even
grace? Because the way you
I,
said it almost like sounded like you were giving more grace towards your family in regards to other individuals. Is that
I think in regards to my family, I feel the way you do, Ron. Like if I don't do this, what is the negative impact?
that I'm
You know what I
creating
mean?
for saying no? Yes.
Yeah. What's the negative impact? Yeah. And that is for multiple people in my family. Like I feel like I have been responsible for adults since I was 12 years old. And that just
I feel that.
doesn't make sense to
Yeah.
me. You know what I mean? I don't know. And I'm like, at 47, when do I get to like depend on somebody that I should have been able to depend on when I was
Right.
smaller? Like I'm helping you make
Yeah.
decisions that you have never helped me make.
Yep.
But again, I feel like if I don't, then I'm gonna have to help clean up something else. You know what I mean? So why not
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
let's just
Something
do
worse.
it. Let's just figure it out here. Because if not, in 2 weeks, 30 days, 60 days, whatever, I'm gonna have to help you dig out of something else.
So
So yeah.
basically both me and you are enablers.
Yes, extremely.
Yeah.
And it drives my husband absolutely insane because my husband is like, Kristina, no,
No.
no,
But
like,
I will
no.
say it took me a while to get there. So I had to kind of like progressively, like I won't say progressively, slowly kind of back out of that to the point like I just disappear. But
Yeah.
it's also the fact like if you're coming to ask me something that you frequently ask me, and again, I'm becoming that enabler. Now we're going to have a conversation.
Yeah.
You know, if you did this, this, and this, then you wouldn't be asking me these questions. So that's kind of how I started gauging out of it a little bit, because I pushed back with options.
Yeah.
Here's other options that you could have been doing that would lead you out of this path into something different. And then it just got to a point where now I just don't get asked at all.
And
Yeah.
that's what I don't do that I should start initiating, because I'm the easy win. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Yeah.
if okay, I gotta hear this bullshit again. Oh my freaking God. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Rather
I
than
Play
like
that
like,
role.
I don't want to
I'm
hear
not
it. So
that
yes.
dude.
Yeah.
What
I'm
do
not
you
that
need?
dude.
Yeah.
I am push it. It is what it is. I hope for the best. You know what I'm saying? I may need to. I love, man. It's, and I know I know they're watching or whatever the case, man. But I love them to death. There's nothing I
Yeah.
would not
There's
do for
no
them,
love
by no
lost.
means at all. By no means at all. I've taken on responsibility now, simply because my father passing. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
even prior to that, I don't want you want to teach lessons, but you
Yes.
don't know
Yeah.
which lesson, like Culeasha just said, may be that
Yeah.
critical, fatal one. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
All I had to do was pay such and such and such. Now the freaking house is up for foreclosure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now I got that has to be cleaned up with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I need to do the work. I have to do it. And if I don't do it, then I've set myself up for something much deeper. Again, like Culeasha said, now it's like, okay, either way I was gonna do it. I'm either
But
gonna
what you just said, you are accepting responsibility for something that is not your responsibility.
Yeah.
Easier said than
It's just
done. I get
hard.
that, but at some point in time, people have got to hit rock bottom in order to climb your way back up. Because
Yes.
again,
but what if
saying
that
yes
fatal but what
sometimes
if
is
that rock
more.
bottom is fatal? Like, you know what I'm
But
saying?
then, so
And
here's my thing
and
for
unfortunately, yeah,
for some of the people in my life, they've hit rock bottom multiple times, and it's not,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
and still don't
Wow.
learn.
Like you keep
Wow.
hitting rock bottom. Like we're beyond bottom. Like we've been
Yeah.
to hell and back. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
But is somebody
still,
saving them every time, Culeasha? Is somebody swooping in when they hit rock bottom? They need to hit rock bottom and
no,
sit there.
they
They're
rock
cleaning up the
bottom.
mess. They're
Yeah,
cleaning the
they
mess up, like she mentioned. So it's
and
either I swoop in now, or I suffer the loss and I gotta clean the mess up. So either way,
gotta
I'm doing the
clean
work.
the
You know
mess
what I'm saying? That's
So
basically
Yeah.
what she's getting at.
Yeah.
And
That
I
doesn't
think
Yes.
also
and
the thing for me, and this is just growing up. This could be a whole nother one, but really, I think I need to be on somebody's couch. But um, like I think going back to having to a lot of responsibility at 12, because I knew some of the adults in my life were just not
mm-hmm.
adulting, and
Yes,
we're just like emotionally just not there. And you know how they say kids like they know how to react. Like if you have an adult that just like if you do something or say something, even now with some of the adults in my life, if I say no, there's this emotional like downfall that comes. I don't have time to deal with that. So then a lot of times it's just yes. Like me saying no is almost like breaking somebody's heart, and I don't have time for the emotional waterfall that's going to come, so I just say yeah and move on. But then like we say, then you just taking all of that on, and yeah.
and it
So
had a
I
Vanessa,
was
with,
like,
domino effect on me because, like,
Vanessa, with your babies, you tell me how you would react to this. Tell me how you would
and
react to this.
that's I mean because I feel like my children are emotionally intelligent, and some of the adults that I deal with are not, you know what I mean?
yeah.
They have critical thinking
They're
skills.
critical thinkers.
yeah,
They know, and also they've grown up in this house with somebody who has had to have been an adult since they were 12, and my
yeah,
husband too. You know what I mean? So we knew what to do and what not to do with our children. Do I
yeah,
think that
Yeah.
we're the best parents on the planet? Absolutely not. But do I think that I have amazing kids? Absolutely. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so our kids just know that they
yep,
can ask or we can talk about anything, but they're gonna get a yes or a no or a conversation. And if it's a no, then they understand that. Because there have been plenty of times that they said, you know, we may have not gotten everything that we wanted, but we always had what we need.
Yep.
Yes.
That's right.
That's
Yes.
what it's about.
That's right.
That is
Yes.
absolutely what
And
it's about.
if they want something more, they need to go and do the things that they need to do to
They need
get
to
those
earn
things
it.
on their own.
Work
I
And
mean,
they
for it.
my
do.
girls,
Like my
And they do.
20-year-old
yes,
has done some amazing stuff by
yeah,
itself. Like,
hmm
and I'm like, oh, my baby's growing up, which is kind of hard
yeah,
too. But like making some adult decisions before he talks to us about it, and then when after he talks to us about it, I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I would have done. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
they're like,
Yes.
they have the intelligence, the critical thinking, all the things that I feel like that a lot of adults in my life do not have. So it's
Yep.
kind of different. It's just different.
yeah.
I
It
don't know.
is.
I
Your
I
take,
So
agree
I'm
Vanessa.
gonna
with
just
that.
start.
I agree
I'm
with
interested
that
in this.
because my girls, I mean, I'm the type of person that I'm not going to ask my parents for anything unless it is going to, and I've always been like this, be detrimental to my children. If
Yeah.
like I would not ask anybody for money or help or whatever unless I was so down so very far that it was going to impact my children in a negative way.
Yep.
I
Right.
would sacrifice so much in my first marriage. Before I started getting child support, I made sure my daughter had everything that she absolutely needed, and I was eating a bowl of cereal every night
Yep.
because I
Yeah.
was not the priority. My daughter was. Paying the mortgage was. All these things. And I
Yeah.
refused to ask my parents for money. I got a second job before I asked my parents for money. I
Yep.
asked them to watch my daughter, but I did not ask them for money.
Got you.
And I think that people are so easily comfortable with just reaching out and be like, hey, I need help. Do you have
Yeah.
$20? Hey, I need help. I need this. Instead of making the effort to go and put themselves in a position where they need to work hard or they need to
Mhm.
sacrifice a few things.
Yep.
Um, my girls, and I'm thankful for them. And I think it's just my husband's work ethic and my work ethic and my parents' work ethic, where they want something that they don't need. Um, they're saving their money. You know, they pay my
Yeah.
husband their car insurance every month. I was like, you want a car? You have to pay that car insurance. I'm not paying it. That
Yeah.
is part of the deal. Um, Ava got into a little fender bender that was totally her fault because she looked down at her phone and sideswiped some trees and her car has a little scratch on the side. She's like, "Oh, I hate that." I was like, "Well, you did it. I'm not paying to fix that and we're not putting it through insurance. You're going to I mean, it's not horrible. It just,
Mhm.
you know, it
True.
has a
True.
scratch
True.
on the side." But I'm not going to
Yeah.
bail them out for things like that. Um, I feel like if they, depending on the rock bottom and depending on if it was something that would be life altering, um, I honestly don't know what I would do because I haven't been put in that situation.
Mhm.
So I can't have an opinion on it. Um,
Mhm.
I
I
know
totally
how
get that.
I am when I hit rock bottom
I
and
totally get it.
the things, yeah, like the
I'm gonna
things that
climb
I
my way
would
to the
do for
top.
me personally, but I can't speak if one of my children were to hit rock bottom because thankfully I have not been there and I hope I never am.
Yeah. And
I've always
hopefully
been the
never
point
are.
the same way that you have in regards to if I come to anybody for money, and it's a very chosen set of individuals. If I come to
Yeah.
anybody financially for money, I am at my last
Mhm.
freaking like I have
Exhausted all other
everything.
apps. There is
Everything.
nobody else.
I've exhausted everything
Mhm.
outside of OnlyFans in regards to everybody that like
Listen,
for real.
selling
Finder.
pictures of
Hey,
my
hey,
feet.
hey,
Selling
I have
pictures of my
exhausted
feet.
everything, dog. Like I am at that point where it's like, dog, I seriously need, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's I'm the same way, man. It takes me a lot for me to even make that statement to ask somebody. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like, wow, I'm about to ask somebody to borrow freaking
Yeah.
money. Like what
Money
the
or
Well,
you
and
know what
to
I'm saying?
anything.
Vanessa's point,
Yeah.
Yes.
sometimes you have to realize, like, I got to give something up because right now I
Mhm.
can't make ends meet. So I'm not.
Yep.
I can't buy coffee this week. I need that. I
Mhm.
need that money I spent on coffee to go towards buying food for the week so I can eat, or my, like she said, to your point, to your kids can eat. Um, it was an early age for me as well, but I was able to say, like, hey, I can't keep doing this because it was stressing me out. It was causing so many, it caused me to be in a financial bind. It caused my relationship with my, even though it's my ex-husband now, but at the time we were doing great. It caused issues within our marriage. Like, that's a trickle down
Yeah.
effect when you think you're helping everybody else, and these are the prices that you're paying for it. You failed relationships, all this other stuff, because now you're arguing because it's like, oh, I did this because such and such needed it. Well, we had an
What about
unexpected
us?
come up. So what are we gonna do now? Like, and
Mhm.
people look at you and think, okay, well, you're husband and a wife, you're working together, you have all
I
this
got good jobs.
money, and
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
I live within my means. Like, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, I've been in a situation where I live paycheck to paycheck. I've even been in a
Exactly.
situation where this bill's gonna get paid this month, that one's gonna have to wait till next month.
Don't have to
You
wait
know,
the next one.
it is what it is. That it's just a part of life. But in the same sense, like, me being by myself now, I will never get back to that stage again, just
Yeah.
because I don't have a fallback plan no more. It is just me. Now,
Yeah.
Right.
yes, my kids are grown, but they still, every once in a while, if they're transitioning between jobs, if they're doing this and doing that, they may ask for a little bit of help here and there. By all means, I'm gonna give it to them. But
Yeah.
even when Mahaley was younger, I would get texts while I'm at work. Hey, mom, I want to do this. Can I earn extra money by cleaning the house? Oh, yes, baby. Clean that house.
Yeah.
What you need. But they knew if I wanted anything extra, I had to do something for it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It wasn't the fact that our mom and dad's gonna hand me money for free. They earned that. That
Right.
was just something that, you know, that was an example that I had given to my situation. It's like, my own kids earn their money. They earn what
Yeah.
they're asking for. Like, you think it should automatically be given to you. And it's like, no, like, it's put me in so many binds that I can't do this anymore. And I had that. I had the conversation enough, and it was a very emotional conversation too. I mean, because when you have to cut people off in your life that you're not supposed to be cutting off in your life, you
Right. I
that
think
hits
that's the
it
hard
hits you a
thing.
whole different way, and you just I don't know. I think I've
That
been
I
bothered my
use you
whole,
guys for a lot. I
you
use you
know
guys for a lot in regards to. That's why I was asking Vanessa that in regards to her children. Like, I use you guys a lot more than you think I do in regards to the information we all put out. For my own daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Yeah.
listen to you guys in regards to the health stuff we talk about. Of course, this now is the focus section or segment of the podcast. But
well, it
that
still
would be
goes
tough.
to
That
health
would be
because if you
extremely
stress
tough
out
for
all
my
the time, your
daughter.
health is
That would be extremely tough for me to if watching my daughter as she grows up, for her to get into a situation, for me to try to teach her a lesson to say no, for
Mhm.
her to fall into a situation that she should not have. That's why I was asking you, Vanessa. Like, what?
Yeah.
Not that your children will ever hit rock bottom, but are you creating a lesson for them, um, or are you just gonna help out? Like, that would be tough for me to say. Okay, should I make this a lesson? Because this could actually go sideways real freaking quick. You know what I'm saying? If I
Yeah.
don't,
And I
that was
think it
my that was
depends on the situation. And I honestly,
yeah,
I think it depends on the level of rock bottom. And I think it depends on the situation that you're currently in, how old she is. I think there's so many different factors.
they are. They are.
Because honestly,
Yeah.
there are things that happen in these kids' lives, like they're just, as my dad would say, pissing money away, or, buying frivolous things, and maybe they, get caught up in a wrong, group of friends, and they're doing things. Like, I
Mhm.
feel like there are different levels of rock bottom, and I
yeah,
think that
Yeah.
there are different levels of you helping and teaching and guiding. um,
agreed.
I mean, like, my brother hit rock bottom in high school, my younger brother, and he did some really horrible things to my family, and my parents kicked him out of the house. He was 17, so I was 18, and we went to school together, and he lived in his car for 2 weeks. He lived in his car for 2 weeks, his little tiny Altima, and my dad looked at me dead in the eye, and he said, "If you give him money, if you let him in this house, you'll be out too." And that was my brother's rock bottom. My brother now owns his own chain of ice cream shops down in Charlotte. He completely turned his life around. If I think if my dad didn't do that and make him see what it was like when you betray your family or hurt your family the way he did, and hurt himself, I don't know that he would be the successful person right now. So you have to be very careful who
You
you're
do.
saving and who you're
Yeah.
being tough love with. Like, I never thought in
Yes.
a bazillion years my brother would have 3 extremely successful ice cream shops down in Charlotte. Like, I just never in a bazillion years when I was 18 looking at him, and he was the
Yeah.
screw up, He was the black sheep, and now
That's beautiful and could have gone the total opposite way. You know what I'm saying? And
it
that's
could have.
that's what I'm fearful of in regards because I got friends, man, that are no longer with us right now. That decided to try to make money other ways. Like, okay, so I couldn't get it
Mhm.
this way. I'm gonna try it on my own. I'm gonna do what I gotta do to get it and no longer here. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
don't want that
Yeah.
situation. Like you're trying to figure out a different way of doing it or making it happen, and you taking not critical thinking and her taking
Mhm.
the wrong decision, making the wrong decision.
I
Yeah.
And
think one of the important things, and I know we talked about this before, is just being transparent with our kids. Like we've
Yep.
talked to our kids about just about anything that you can think of as far
Yep.
as like being teenagers, being adults, like struggles that we had when they were smaller, trying to make sure that they had what they needed.
Yep.
Um, just because like they need to see you, like Veronica said, I mean, Vanessa said they need to see you fail, right? They need to see
Yeah.
us fail so that they know that it's all not all unicorns and rainbows all the time. Like
Yes.
there
true.
are struggles and there are hard times, but also
Mhm.
like being transparent about like what we did to get out of whatever it was that we were in.
Right, no
Um,
one came in saving
because if
you.
they
What
think that
steps
life
did
is
you
just
take?
easy and great, then when they do have a struggle, it's going to be hard to determine like what is the right decision to make. Um, and like not trying for the quick fix, the quick win, because sometimes that's not the best thing.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And
I mean, you
I've done
have
that
to.
myself. I know what I
Yeah.
did coming up. I know what I did coming up to make it happen. And it was not just to get no money for no sneakers. I was in a position that I needed funds. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it's you know what I'm saying? I know the decision I made. I thought at that time it was a great decision. I thought it was the right decision. It was not the right decision.
And
You
you
know what I'm
end up
saying?
paying for it
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
more
yes,
than that
yes,
initial.
yes,
Yeah,
yes. And
plenty of times.
I don't want that happening to I don't want her ever to be put in a position like that to have to make the wrong decision. Plain and
Mhm.
simple.
Is, you can't beat yourself up on past decisions because you made the best decision at that time with the
For that
information and
time.
the tools that you had.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We're like, "Oh, I should have done this." Well, now you have extra information. That was 2 years ago. You didn't
Yep.
have
Yeah.
all these, details and whatnot. You literally made the best decision at that very moment with the information you had and the situation you were in with the people that you were, because you're not even that person anymore.
Yep.
So,
Take it as a
these things
learning
help us
opportunity.
grow. If
Yeah.
everything is just picture perfect all the time, you're never going to grow. Like Culeasha said, you're never going to learn how to get yourself out of a hole because your parents aren't going to be here forever.
Yeah.
We're not going to be here forever for our children. All we can do is give them the tools. Like, Culeasha and Kristina said, you need to work hard. If you get yourself in a bind, you need to work hard and find a way out. You can't always rely on other people because at the end of the day, you just have yourself. And the way things are going, people are becoming more and more selfish and ugly
Yes.
and
Yeah.
just you know, it's a very ugly world that we live in right now, and we really need to learn how to take care of ourselves and dig ourselves out and teach our children those things too.
Ladies, ooh, great one. Great, 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 great. I love all the information. I told you guys I use a lot of what you all tell me, in my everyday life. Totally do. This was most certainly a great detailed one. Totally was. Guys, we appreciate you guys coming in this evening or this morning with us. If you could please like, subscribe to the Fit Table Podcast. Guys, it was nice. Again, we will talk to you guys later.